Okay, let's talk about what you need to do after you've used force or threats of force in a violent confrontation. It's too easy in a stressful situation to say something that would incriminate you, even if you're 100% right in your actions. All right, let's talk about some general information. Just leave the evidence alone. Don't disturb it. Don't drag bodies around. The myth of shoot them outside and drag them into the house, that'll get you sent to prison. Uh, you watch CSI. They know what's going on. They'll see the blood trail. They know where the incident happened. But what you do want to do is call the police and tell them you are the victim of the crime. Now, the police don't know if you're the good guy or not in every situation, so you need to be prepared to get handcuffed and put in a police car. You'll probably get arrested. You might even spend a few days in jail. That's much better than a few years in jail. You probably won't go to work the next day, maybe even longer. You'll feel rushes of different emotions at different times. And of course, you'll spend a lot of money to the lawyers in the court system. You might even be characterized as an evil person, and you may have to move to another town. So there's an advantage to calling the police, because the first caller is usually assumed to be the innocent party. Calling 911, remember the investigation starts as soon as the operator picks up, because it's being recorded. You must make it clear that you are the victim. You want to give them the following information: your name, street address, or the location you're at, what's happening in general terms, don't get too specific, request for an ambulance and police, and also describe yourself. Make sure that they understand you're describing yourself. See if the operator needs you to repeat anything, and then hang up. You don't want to be distracted during a dangerous situation. Before the police arrive, you want to get your weapon out of sight. That's if it's safe to do so. You want to have your weapon hidden or put it on the ground. Don't get too far away from it, though. Somebody else might get it. Reholster it. Once the police have arrived on scene, they are in charge. Do what they say and don't argue. If they say drop the gun, then drop it. Remember, they are also in a tense situation. Alright, so what do you say to the police? You definitely don't want to incriminate yourself accidentally. So there's 2 points of view on this. One is you say absolutely nothing. The other one is you give the police only what they need to help investigate the crime right there and now. So you want to point out the perpetrator to the police. You want to tell the police that you will sign the complaint. That way they know they're not wasting their time. Point out the evidence to the police. And then point out the witnesses to the police. Say you will give your full cooperation in 24 hours after speaking with an attorney. And do not talk about the details of the attack at this time. So the police are going to have to do an investigation. If you called the police or had to defend yourself, then you must ID yourself and show your driver's license, show your carry permit, surrender any weapons that were used, but only do this when asked. Don't volunteer anything. Don't start reaching for your ID. Remember, they're in a stressful situation. Do not talk, except for what we talked about before. Or if you decide not to talk at all, don't talk. You get it. Just shut up. So you're going to need legal help. Abraham Lincoln once said, "He who represents himself has a fool for a client." And that is so true. So attorneys, get an attorney and never talk to anyone without them present until the case is settled, and get a letter from the DA or something saying that you're clear, they're not investigating you anymore. Your options for getting an attorney. You can learn the name of a local attorney who specializes in criminal law, or from a friend. Now, they may direct you to another lawyer when you need them because their caseload may be busy or they may not want to take your case. You can keep an attorney on retainer. The other thing you can do is join a self-defense legal insurance plan. The lowest rates are about $14 a month for those. Alright, so if you had used deadly force or a very violent attack, you're going to need psychological help because you will be sick. There's a lot of psychological stress. Unless you're a psychopath, taking a human life will have an emotional impact on you. Knowing you were legally right to respond can help mitigate some issues. You want to talk to people who cannot be compelled to testify against you. These are your wife, clergy, and certain therapists. So when you get a therapist, ask if what the situation is with them. So basically, get support, get support, get support.